Hi friends, today I am going to teach you about telepathy. Now, before I teach you about telepathy, I would like to inform you guys that there are hundreds of videos which I have seen on internet and all of them are wrong when they say that telepathy is mind communication. It is not communication. Communication means you say something and you get the response. You give the response in some way, but no, that doesn't happen. So it is not communication, it is just one way passing on the information. You can just pass on the information, but you cannot make them think like you cannot make them telepathic. You can be telepathic, but you cannot make them telepathic. So don't even try doing that. You will fail tremendously because that is not telepathy. Telepathy is simply giving the message with a reason that why they should do it, and they will do it. But it is not communication. You cannot communicate. It's not like in movies that okay, someone sitting somewhere is communicating with someone. No, animals also don't do that. I mean, no one does that. Yes, animals are the ones who are. I mean, they are the ones who use telepathy maximum in their life, but because that is simply because they cannot speak to each other, they don't have a language, but they also cannot communicate. They cannot talk through the mind. That's not possible. Okay, so don't sweat yourself doing that because that is not going to happen. One. Secondly, when I say telepathy, it's very important that first you should understand what is telepathy and you should believe in it. Now, to understand what is telepathy, it is simply passing on a message to any second person. Could be your relative, could be your friends, could be your loved ones, could be anyone, could be a pet, could be anyone. But make sure that when you're passing on that message, you're also giving the reason to it. You're giving an explanation that why they should or shouldn't do whatever they are trying to do or whatever you want them to do. Just give them the explanation so that it becomes, because when they receive the message, they are not going to receive the message, okay, he has said that to me. No, they are not going to receive that message, that telepathic message like that. They would never come to know that you or anyone else is doing telepathy with them. No, it doesn't happen like that. They will take that message, they will get that message, and they will think that that message have come out from their own mind. They will think that it's their own thought. It's not you who have done anything, it's their own thought. So that's how telepathy is. Now, if I give you the examples from your own life, some small examples which have gone unnoticed, or you might have considered it as coincident. I'm just giving you some examples. It might have happened that you're just thinking about someone, could be your loved ones, family, friends, anyone. You're just thinking about them. Suddenly, like you receive a message from them or a call from them, or they just knock on your door. Vice versa, like you are calling them and they immediately say, "Oh, I was just thinking about you." So that is what telepathy is. There's no coincidence in this particular situation. It is telepathy. So what had happened? You are just thinking about that person so strongly that they got the message and they just call you back. So that is what telepathy is. Now, okay, another example, like you might have noticed in your past that when someone yawns on the other end of the phone, either you also yawn or someone around you yawn, or when you're sitting in a group, you will see that one person is looking somewhere else and he is yawning, and suddenly someone else in that group is yawning, and it just spreads on. So that is again telepathy. I would say yawning is the most telepathic activity which can ever happen in a human or animal life. So that is the best example, I would say. I mean, if you notice it next time, you just make sure that it is telepathy. Just believe in it. Okay, now thirdly, before I start telling you that what is telepathy, telepathy is very simple, there's nothing to tell about it. So thirdly, when you are doing telepathy with anyone, make sure you're not asking them to do anything negative, because whatever you do negative to others, you are going to get punished for it. So don't ever use telepathy for doing anything wrong. It will fire back. So don't do anything wrong. You can do telepathy, there's nothing wrong in doing telepathy, but you should not ask anyone to do anything wrong. Now, to do telepathy, you have to believe in yourself. It's very important that you believe in yourself. Until unless you believe in yourself, not only telepathy, be it telekinesis, be it clairvoyance, be it anything, you cannot do it. It's impossible to do any mind activity without believing in yourself. So it is very, in fact, I would say that you cannot do anything in this world until unless you believe in yourself. If you want an example from that, then just take the example of a kid. I mean, an infant. The infant doesn't believe that he can walk or she can walk. But then the parents make them believe that yes, they can do it, and they do it. So it's as simple as that. It's something which is already there. You have to just train yourself to do it. As simple as that. So that is what telepathy is. Now, to do telepathy, what I would suggest you to the beginners is that first calm your mind. It's very important that the mind should be very calm and quiet, and that is the most difficult part. Telepathy is easy, but bringing your mind to a very calm situation is really difficult. So yes, first do meditation. You can do any types of meditation. There are hundreds of meditations, like focusing on your breath, focusing on your God, focusing on your tongue, focusing on your the center of your forehead. Focus on anything just to make your mind calm and relaxed, and then do telepathy. Now, how do you get the best results by doing telepathy? Okay, I will tell you. The best result which you get by doing telepathy is by when you are looking at someone and you're saying that message in your mind. You're telling them to do this or that with a reason. Okay, that is very important that you give them a reason, or else they won't do that. There are very high chances that they might not do that. For example, I just look at my mom and say, sorry, I won't take those examples. You can say anything to anyone in a funny way, in a good way, to ask help. Without asking help, you can ask help. Like, you can ask your mom to give you food when you're hungry and you are not actually asking them, and they just come up to you and they ask you that, oh, are you hungry? And you will say, whoa, I just said that to you. So yeah, that is what telepathy is. So whenever they get that message, then that message is their own thought. So it is very important that when you give that message, you also give them the reason for that message. That I am hungry because I have not eaten since last 8 hours. Or 10 hours or 12 hours, so whatever. I mean, give the reason to it. I mean, don't give a reason that, okay, I just ate food and now I am hungry. I mean, if you give that kind of a reason, then obviously that person is going to think that what kind of a stupid thought is this? Like, how can he be hungry? I mean, he just ate food. So yeah, so be sensible and pass on the message. Telepathy works very easily. Just look at a person and say it. Believe it and say it. And give a reason that why they should do it. I'm guaranteeing you that it will work. Okay, so that was telepathy. I mean, if you have got any questions, you are always welcome to ask me anything underneath in the comments. You can also